The 2015 Formula Drift season was one for the record books. Frederick Aasbo won 4 events out of 7 events, and those victories led him to his first ever Formula Drift championship. Even so, second place finisher Ken Gushi chased Aasbo all the way until the final battle of the year. But it was Aasbo who got the nod. Now it's a new season and Aasbo clearly has a target on its back. Gushi, Forsberg, Tuerck, and some new faces planning to take the Norwegian down. It's a brand new smoky season with the world's best drifters, only on Formula Drift. Hello Drift fans and welcome to UTI Formula Drift presented by Blackview, the world's premier drifting championship. I'm Jared Dienda. Well, we rolled in here for the first stop of 8 of the Formula Drift 2016 season, and we brought the fans, we brought the cars, but guess who else showed up? Mother Nature rearing its ugly head, making for a wet one in top 32. The drivers had to deal with what they were dealt, and 16 of them advance on, including our top 4 finishers of 2015, Aasbo, Gushi, Forsberg, and Tuerck. Before we find out if it's going to be a wet one in the 16, I throw it down to my co-host, Ryan Sage.
All right, well, thanks, Jared. I'm down here at the infamous Long Beach Grand Prix street course, and as you can see behind me, we had quite a few wrecks in the round of 32, and that's because when it rains here, you get oil that comes to the surface on this variable surface condition track. You go from asphalt to concrete, and it makes it very, very challenging for the drivers. So who's going to be successful here tonight? Well, it's going to be the teams that are ready to go from wet to dry and possibly dry to wet. The teams that can do that will find themselves on the podium here this afternoon. But before we get to that and all the action in the top 16, we're going to go on course with our Blackview course preview.
I'm Frederick Aasbo, and this is your Blackview course preview here in Long Beach. You line up, first gear, dump the clutch, first, second, third, snappy initiation, back on the gas, all the way out to the first wall.
It's a blind corner, and they want us to get on those rumble strips and push out and graze the outside wall. So you're kind of just going by muscle memory and momentum at that point to know where the car's got to be.
And then transition back to the first outer clip wall, try to drag bumper or scrape bumper there, and then extend that past the clipping wall into that next zone, so it's a lot easier to come across the second outer clip zone.
Kind of the scary one where if you misjudge and hit the back end, you might rotate and clip the front end on the next wall after that. But skim that outside wall with the rear end, shoot towards the judging stand, outer zone number 3, and go towards turn 11, transition again to the right, the slowest corner in Formula Drift, turn 11.
Brake, back on the gas, through the inner clip, and boom. That's your Blackview course preview.
Drifting is the only motorsport in the world that is based on judging. So let's break down how that works. In head-to-head battles, the lead driver is supposed to run a specific judging line with as much angle as possible. The lead driver is setting the pace, but the chase driver is supposed to utilize the lead driver as a moving clipping point. Wherever the lead goes, the chase should go too. After 2 runs with each driver leading once, the driver that was the most consistent, most aggressive, and was able to show clear dominance over the other driver will win the matchup. For rules, criteria, and more information on Formula Drift, head to www.formulad.com.
The drivers have shown you what the judges are looking for. You've seen the criteria, and now our first battle of the top 16 is on deck. It's our defending champion, the Norwegian Hammer, Frederick Aasbo, going against a Kiwi giant that is Mad Mike Whiddett, back at it again with that Rad Bull.
Well, Frederick Aasbo is your number 1 seed, but that Kiwi driver, Mad Mike Whiddett, is one top driver in the series.
Here we go, initiating into that first corner. Good initiation by Frederick Aasbo, utilizing the whole course, getting out to that touch and go.
Well, you can see right there, Mad Mike Whiddett making a little bit of a flub there in the chase position. Aasbo pretty consistent now and laying on the smoke as he wraps around this last inside clip.
Well, it's great. We've seen some wet conditions, but now we're seeing dry. You see the smoke, and you see some contact there from Mike.
Well, here we go on board with Mad Mike Whiddett as he comes through the smoke line here of Frederick Aasbo and just accelerates a little bit too hard and makes contact with Frederick Aasbo.
All right, let's alternate the order here. Frederick Aasbo, I got to say, it looks like he has so much confidence, but Mad Mike Whiddett has something to prove. Here we go as Mad Mike Whiddett will lead. Frederick Aasbo gives chase. Good initiation. Let's see if he gets out to that touch and go.
And he does not, and you can see Frederick Aasbo takes advantage of it. His Mad Mike, a lot of angle there, and not able to make it through that turn.
So you saw him come up short on the touch and go, then he dives deep into that first rear clipping zone, caused him to spin out. Frederick Aasbo finishes out the cord.
Well, a lot of excitement here for Mad Mike Whiddett, but just pushing a little bit too hard with too much angle and spins out.
Going to the Universal Technical Institute judging results, and of course, Frederick Aasbo gets the win.
Oh my God, Mad Mike's doing amazing on this track. He's a good friend of mine, brings killer style to FD, and I knew it was really close after the first run. He spun in the second. I barely made it through the smoke cloud, and here we are, taking the battle.
Only one battle in, many more to go, plenty of tires to be burned. We're here at the streets of Long Beach with Formula Drift, presented by Blackview.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Universal Technical Institute, chosen by industry, ready to work. By Blackview, over the cloud. And by Hand-Cooked Tire, driving emotion.
Welcome back to the streets of Long Beach as we continue the action here at Formula Drift, presented by Blackview. The fans are coming out in droves to find out who will win here at our first round. But we got to find out who wins in this battle, the second battle of the day, Matt Field versus Christoph Bluss.
Well, Matt Field told us earlier that he would not be drifting if he didn't think he could win a championship. Well, now he's got his opportunity to show the judges as he takes on this hard-charging European in Bluss.
All right, 16 cylinders on deck. Obviously, both of them housing 8 cylinders under the hood. Look at Matt Field, but Christoph Bluss is not shaken.
Close action here. You can see a little bit of a flood right there from Bluss as he tries to stay on the line of Matt Field. Matt Field pretty consistent out front, wrapping him around this last inside clip.
These guys are quickly expediting this track from start to finish line as we take another look.
Well, here we go. Matt Field out front. You can see a lot of smoke for Christoph to get through. He has a hard time here, but Matt Field takes an advantage into run number 2.
All right, here we go. Christoph will lead as Matt Field will give chase, going through that start chicane. Let's see how Christoph initiates.
Field tucks up on the inside right there, makes a little bit of a correction as Bluss gets out front. Nice job reaching out to that second outer zone, but Field is right there in proximity.
Christoph could have been deeper on that first rear clipping zone. Matt Field drops in. The neon shadow is on point right now. Oh!
Well, you can see right here, it looks like Matt Field, a little over aggressive, sticks his nose where he shouldn't and makes contact with Bluss. Bluss not able to drift around the corner, so it looks like we've got a big decision for the judges to make.
Going to the Universal Technical Institute, judging results. And look at that, they're going one more time.
Well, here we go again on the line with Matt Field and Christoph Bluss. A one more time, Battlefield leading out again.
All right, Matt Field leading. Let's see how he initiates. Christoph's giving himself a little bit of buffer to maybe gain some proximity.
Well, both drivers very aggressive in the first battle. You can see here, continuing to the second, Bluss off that second outer zone. Matt Field, good angle here, but now Bluss closing the door.
Yeah, very subtle as Matt Field. Christoph's shimming his way as Field takes out that final clip.
Well, another good start here between these two top competitors. You can see very deep into that second outer zone is Matt Field, and then Bluss tucking up on the inside, trying to pull that lead down.
With this being Christoph's sophomore season in that vehicle, he's a lot more calm, a lot more collected. He knows what he's looking at here. Can he take down Matt Field?
Well, big angle right there by Bluss, has to make a correction, but he's still able to get out to that zone. Matt Field stays in close proximity here at 61.9 miles per hour.
Yeah, nice effort by Field everywhere Christoph is. Look at that, door to door. One more clip. Who's going to get the victory run?
Wow, very tight on that last inside clip. That might have been enough for Matt Field, as you can see, navigating through the smoke cloud here. He pulls back for a second, and then right there attacks on the inside.
Going to the Universal Technical Institute judging results, Matt Field gets the win.
I felt that it could possibly be a one more time. My lead run wasn't very good. I didn't make it all the way out to zone 2. So I knew right then and there, who knows. So I had to throw down on my follow. Luckily, we got the one more time. And going into the second battle, I had to hit my mark. So it was just throw it, let it all hang out, and see where she goes.
All right, Ryan and Formula Drift fans, we advance on to our next battle. Ryan Tuerck versus Tyler McQuarrie. This should be a really fun one to watch. Tyler McQuarrie's looking strong, better than ever in his Camaro, but Ryan Tuerck, a new livery, a new look, a new season.
Well, here we go. Both drivers coming out on the start gate here. Tuerck into initiation. Tyler McQuarrie right there with him as they wrap around turn 9.
All right, into that touch and go, transitioning under the bridge. Ryan Tuerck gets out to it. Tyler McQuarrie just a little bit short.
Great job by Tuerck on those first 2 sectors, and you can see here McQuarrie looking for an opportunity to attack on the inside, but then makes a mistake and shuts it down right at the last inside clip.
Look at the wide swing by Ryan Tuerck around that final clipping point, and Tyler McQuarrie looks like he lost his angle as well. Let's change it up. Tyler McQuarrie, the Rock, will lead as Ryan Tuerck will give chase.
Well, Tyler McQuarrie is going to need a big mistake by Ryan Tuerck here to make up for that 0 in run number 1, but he's also got to push hard as he goes into turn 9.
And he's doing just that right now. McQuarrie gets out to that touch and go. Ryan Tuerck could gain some proximity, a little bit of correction there. Tyler McQuarrie hitting all the clipping zones.
Nice job by Tyler McQuarrie. He's pushing as hard as he can to try to take that advantage away, but you can see Ryan Tuerck staying with him, making no major mistakes.
Let's slow it down a bit. Very poetic, beautiful angle there from Tyler McQuarrie, but I think it's too little too late for the Rock, and Ryan Tuerck will get the win. As we take a look at the Universal Technical Institute judging results, there it is. Ryan Tuerck gets the win.
Went up against Tyler McQuarrie the lead lap, and just put it out there. You know, I looked very carefully at the track when we were out there for opening ceremony, as I knew it was going to be a little bit wet or questionable. Spotter gave me a 95% running hard, so you know, I just tried to focus on my line. Tyler made, I guess, a little mistake behind me, so I knew I had a tiny bit of breathing room in between. So we're moving on to top 8.
Moving on to our next battle, a driver who podiumed here last year, Bakchis, is back at it again with that V8 Hyundai Genesis Coupe, going against the now infamous Oracle Lighting Dodge Viper of Dean Kearney.
And with the red light off, both drivers come down the long straight here. Bakchis looking for initiation with Dean Kearney in chase.
Bakchis, good initiation. Dean Kearney getting in the red and white. Gets out to the touch and go and works it back into that first rear clipping zone.
Nice job by Looks like a little bit of touching there by Dean Kearney as both drivers wrap around this last inside clip, and then pulls a little bit of a gap and swings wide as Dean's tight on the inside.
As we take a look, you can see Dean Kearney using every bit of those Achilles radials to gain that proximity. And something goes awry there for Bakchis with a wide swing. Let's change things up as Dean will be out front. Bakchis will give chase.
Well, here we go. Dean Kearney in the lead position, swinging into the center lane here. has to avoid him, now tucking up on the inside as both drivers are tight coming out of turn 9.
Yeah, swings being thrown there, but Bakchis not backing down, 61.7 miles per hour. dropping into formation.
Aggressive here by to stay close to Dean. Passing through the smoke cloud here as both drivers wrap around this last inside clip, and puts down the throttle across the finish line.
Nice clean finish there from both of the drivers. Look at that, riding shotgun there with Bakchis. Let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results. Bakchis gets the win.
You know, it was close. My spotter has a better bird eye view of the whole situation. I know Dean fumbled a little bit behind me, so that kind of gave me some leeway to, feel more comfortable. But overall, I think it was very tight. Definitely was fast. We were going as fast as we could.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Nexen Tire. Driving tomorrow. By FormulaD.com. For merchandise, tickets, and series information, head to FormulaD.com. And by the U.S. Air Force. Aim high.
Welcome back to the streets of Long Beach, the infamous streets from Formula One, IndyCar, and now the streets belong to us as we continue action here at Formula Drift presented by Blackview. Let's move on to our next battle, a veteran of the sport. As we advance on to our 13th year of the Formula Drift Championship, it's the Ken Gushi, going against Hong Kong's own Charles Ng.
Well, Ken Gushi coming in second in the championship last year. Long Beach was his worst event. We could be talking about a championship run for him if Ken can do well here.
Ken initiates strongly here as Charles Ng tries to gain that proximity. Ken Gushi not all the way out to that touch and go. Can he get in that rear clipping zone? Yes, he does.
A lot of smoke here already by Ken Gushi. Good counter lock here as he reaches out to outer zone number 2, but Charles Ng staying in the fight here as they wrap around this last turn.
Ooh, Charles Ng taking out that final clip. Ryan, you got to think on the off season, Charles Ng not changing too much of his program, but Ken Gushi changing tire manufacturers. How's that going to affect the outcome of this season?
Well, it looks like the Nexen tires are working pretty well for Ken Gushi so far in this event, but now he's got to chase down Charles Ng to make it through into the Great 8.
All right, Charles Ng lights up the Achilles as he makes a strong initiation. Ken Gushi is right there. Let's see how we go into the touch and go. Yes, sir, he's right there.
Well, so far so good for Charles Ng, but Ken Gushi staying very close to the lead driver, getting off a little bit there, coming through the smoke cloud as they wrap around this last inside clip.
Well, out of the gate, I got to say Charles Ng looked very promising. It fell apart there at the end, but as we slow it down, you'll see he gets out to the touch and go, and that fills that first rear clipping zone. But notice Ken Gushi everywhere he went. So take a look at the Universal Technical Institute judging results. Ken Gushi gets the win.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. The first run's all day for me in the dry,
and we're finally seeing some smoke, speed, a lot of excitement, and I'm getting amped. Our top 16 battle against Charles was great. I just did my best qualifying style lead lap, and I just got it to him in the follow lap. So great turnout for us, got the win. I mean, these new Nexen tires are great. They have a lot of speed, a lot of tire life, and a lot of smoke, so I'm excited for the next battle.
Speaking of next battle, Forrest Wang versus former champion Michael Essa. And it's great to see Michael Essa back in a proven chassis that is his vehicle that took him to a championship, but he completely reworked it with Forrest Wang back at it again with his hand-cooked tires. Gittin's Laboratory S15 Silvia.
Well, Ken Gushi talked about the abundance of smoke. Just wait till you see these two drivers lay it down. They are some of the smokiest cars in the series.
Woo, look at that, Forrest Wang hitting all the boxes. Unbelievable driving here by Forrest Wang as Michael Essa just shuts it down. He's seen a great run from Wang.
Well, you can see the angle that Wang carries is so much angle, it's almost too much. Take a look here. Big angle by Forrest coming out of the first and second outer zones and then wrapping back around, but Michael Essa unable to sustain that portion of the course and gets a 0.
All right, well, Michael Essa is currently sitting on that 0. How is he going to fight back and potentially take out Wang? He's really got to put down a solid run, Ryan.
Well, here we go. Both drivers coming out of turn 9 here. You can see Wang giving him a little bit of space. And look at Michael Essa matching the angle there, wrapping back around to that first outer zone, carrying 61.2 miles per hour.
There's a big gap between Wang and Essa right now, pulling it into that final front clip. Oh, does that offset that big correction by Essa on that first run, Ryan? I don't think so.
What was a great bit of driving by Michael Essa, but that 0 in run number 1 is just too much to overcome.
All right, let's go to the Universal Technical Institute judging results. Forrest Wang gets the win.
I think the angle that I threw the first outer zone basically just was too much. He couldn't match the angle and he had to straighten out behind me, and you know, that's my card. Like, I'm gonna throw the big angle, so we might as well just run with it. It looks good, the fans love it, so let's keep it going.
The party continues here on the streets of Long Beach as we strap on a new set of tires and the fans are making waves. More when we return here at Formula Drift presented by Blackview.
Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Universal Technical Institute, chosen by industry, ready to work. By FormulaD.com. For merchandise, tickets, and series information, head to FormulaD.com. By Nitto Tire, fueled by enthusiasts. And by Blackview, over the cloud.
Welcome back to the streets of Long Beach. We are down by the beach, boy, as we are seeing our fans coming out to find out who will advance on to the Great 8 between our next two drivers. Two-time Formula Drift champion Chris Forsberg going against Chelsea Denofa, Ryan.
Well, Chelsea Denofa sometimes plays the role of spoiler in this series, but he's been looking pretty consistent and strong all weekend. Going up against Chris Forsberg, he's going to need to pull everything out.
There we go, Chris Forsberg leading Chelsea Denofa, giving chase, initiation. Look at Chelsea Denofa right there on that back wheel of Forsberg.
Great job by Forsberg in the lead position, doing it. Oh, he taps the wall, makes a big mistake. Denofa sees an opening on the inside.
Forsberg slamming into that wall, throwing him offline, and Chelsea Denofa goes for the pass. Ryan, this is where we lean on the judge to find out, is that a legal pass?
Well, technically no, but it's basically a 0 by Chris Forsberg, and so Chelsea Denofa has nowhere to go other than to keep his car safe and stay on the inside.
Chelsea will now lead with that banged-in door. Chris Forsberg saved his angle, actually, by banging into Chelsea Denofa. Chelsea will lead, Forsberg giving chase.
Well, a huge battle here as Chris Forsberg sitting on a deficit and is going to need to push everything to the wall, but look at Denofa driving like a madman.
Denofa is a man possessed right now as Chris Forsberg trying to apply the pressure, but Denofa is just too hot to handle, too cold to hold, and Forsberg spins out.
Forsberg pushing for everything all the way through to the last inside clip, but it's too little too late, and then you can see the extra effort here caused him to spin, and Chris Forsberg's going to be knocked out.
Going to the Universal Technical Institute judging results, Chelsea Denofa gets the win.
I went into my lead run and just put it down. Like, I put down one of my best runs of the day. Given all the weather changes and circumstances, I was feeling real good. He was giving me some love taps from behind, but I think it was just one of those things where his mistake on the lead run just put us in the lead.
Wow, an unbelievable Titan getting taken out by Chelsea Denofa as we move on to another former champion, Gittin Jr., going against Jeff Jones. This is privateer versus full-on veteran of the sport, Gittin Jr.
We'll take a look at Jeff Jones's car. Does not even have a tire sponsor, and yet battling against the best.
Yeah, Jeff Jones is one to watch, Ryan. You always call him out. Relentless, and he is that. But right now, Vaughn Gittin Jr. is putting his car in all the right places.
You can see some of the disparity here between the car builds of Vaughn Gittin Jr. and Jeff Jones as Jeff pushes hard to the inside, but Vaughn Gittin Jr. establishing a lead early.
As we ride on the door of that Monster Energy Nitto Tire Mustang RTR, you could see the big deficit here from Jeff Jones, even lifting off that front left tire. Now let's alternate the order as Jeff Jones will lead, Vaughn Gittin Jr. will give chase.
Well, Jeff Jones out of the gate through the chicane, down the back straight. Vaughn Gittin Jr. tucking up on the inside, starting off early as Jones comes out of turn 9.
Jeff Jones gets, just shy of that touch and go, but nice job. Look at that, tapping the wall on that first rear clipping zone.
You can see Gittin having to get on the brakes there as Jones taps the wall and almost comes to a stop there, and now he does shut it down as both drivers cross the finish line.
As we take a look at it again, Jeff Jones out front, you see him tapping the wall big time, and then Vaughn Gittin Jr. slams on the brakes to avoid contact, throw him out of line. Let's take a look at the Universal Technical Institute judging results. Vaughn Gittin Jr. unanimously gets the win.
Jeff Jones brought it. He just went a little bit too hard, and we got the win. So looking forward to moving the grade 8. Super pumped on this brand new Ford Mustang, and yeah, man, let's see what happens.
We will see what happens between these 8 gladiators of the sport as we kick off our 2016 Formula Drift season. Frederick Aasbo with a target on his back is the guy to beat. His SR by Toyota teammate Ken Gushi wants to take him down. Bakchis started off last season great, but finished lackluster. Ryan Tuerck with a new livery and a new attitude is going for glory. Vaughn Gittin Jr. back to championship form. Matt Field and Chelsea Denofa poised and ready to take out the competition. In our next episode and continuation, we'll find out who our victor will be here on the streets of Long Beach. Well, that's a wrap for the top 16. We leave you now with some sights and sounds here on the streets of Long Beach. In association with Formula Drift, this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.